Hey, Thrivers, how's it going? Heather Tote here. I hope you're having a fantastic, let's see, what is today? Tuesday. Yeah, time, it's going. I'm just going to give a couple seconds for people to jump on, but I'm excited to talk to you today about how to be attractive. What is what is attraction? How can couples have more attraction in their marriage? And I think probably some of you that are jumping on here or are in the group have been wondering about this issue. And I've even heard some of you comment that we're just not attracted to each other anymore. My spouse says that they're not attracted to me. So let's kind of dive deep into this. Let's figure out what is this idea of attraction and how can we be more attractive. Now, almost instantly, whenever we talk about attraction or being attractive, we start thinking about physical. And we think about being attractive as being beautiful or handsome or good looking, someone that is visually appealing, right? And I think that that is a lot of conditioning that comes from our society. So what kind of things come to your mind when we talk about being attractive and how to be attractive? I'm just going to give a couple examples here. For instance, one person that I know really struggled with this concept of being attractive when her husband had an affair. And when he did this, obviously it broke her heart. And she immediately felt like it was everything to do with her physically. Okay. And so she went out and she got cosmetic surgery. She got liposuction. She did all of these things to feel that if she was more physically attractive, then her husband would desire her more and wouldn't go outside of the marriage. And the bottom line is that that is not the real issue. The physicality and physical attractiveness, it does have a role, but it is not the most important thing in a relationship and having spouse be connected to each other and finding each other attractive. There is another couple, no affair in this relationship, but in this case study, that there was a couple where he was saying that he wanted to leave the marriage because he was no longer attracted to his spouse because she had gained some weight over the years and he no longer felt himself physically attracted to her. And she even used the same words. If I didn't have this extra weight, then my husband would be attracted to me and then he wouldn't want to leave the marriage. Now, this is what they thought on a surface level was going on. And the real issue was actually much, much deeper, and it had very little to do with physical attractiveness. Okay. So when we actually looked at what was going on in the relationship, the reason why he felt that he was no longer attracted to her was because of her treatment toward him. It was because she put him down constantly in front of friends and family. Her humor was very biting and belittling and was constantly putting him down, making him want to retreat, pull back into himself. So he used this idea of physical attractiveness and having this physical attraction as kind of a shield and a defense mechanism. So I see some of you are in the chat. Hey, hi Jennifer, how's it going? I put makeup on and do my hair just to stay home, and he loves it. Awesome. I do think that that's great. We should, that there obviously is a point to that. But what I'm also encouraging us to consider is that attractiveness goes so much more than just our physical appearance. And I'd like to illustrate this with an example. And I'm sure you know people like this. Think of someone that's very physically attractive, right? They're just gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, male or female, we're talking to both here. So just picture that person. And I'm sure you've met one of these people that are physically just stunning, right? They're so, so attractive. But when you get to know them, they are awful. They're like the ugliest person. They're stuck up, or they're just mean, or they're insecure, and they hide behind, like their ego to, hide some of that insecurity, or they're just very, very shallow. And instantly, do you really find that person attractive anymore? We know of people that outwardly can be very physically attractive or beautiful or handsome, but because what's going on inside is so yucky that it just destroys it. Like you cannot look at that person and be like, yeah, I really like them, right? So this idea of attractiveness really has to go much deeper than the surface level. In my earlier years, I did acting on stage and vocal performance. I studied that in college and did a lot of performance on stage and a tiny bit of modeling. And so I got to see this world of these beautiful, talented people, and even in modeling especially. But when you got to know them, they were just not great people, and it was really difficult to want to be around them. And so we're talking about so much more than the surface level of attractiveness. That is just, beauty, right? It goes so much more than just this is the skin level. So yeah, let's talk about it. Now I also want you to think about something like this. Okay, so imagine you had your perfect, attractive person that you would just be like, oh, they're so good looking. I'm so attracted to them physically. And now imagine that person got in a relationship with you, and at first things are great, and then this very attractive, you have this great physical attraction, this really strong physical attraction, and then this person that is so beautiful or handsome and so attractive to you starts to put you down, starts to tell you that you're nothing, to disconnect from you, to constantly get in arguments and nitpick with you about everything. Is that person attractive anymore to you? Okay, so I want that to kind of sink in. If you haven't bought it so far that we're not just talking about physical attractiveness, then I really want this to sink in. Some people just really stay at the surface level and they don't go deep enough. So really understand that it's not just about our looks. That's just a bonus, right? That's just an extra thing that can be really great in a relationship, to have that great physical attraction. But what we are talking about with real attraction goes so much more than skin deep. So I'm not sure, Jennifer, you said no. I don't know what that one was in response to. Sometimes there's a little bit of a lag between what I'm saying or the questions I ask and when the comments show up. So sorry if I don't know what you're commenting on about that one. But let's talk about what makes someone attractive. I have 5 different core pillars of what makes a person attractive and how to be more attractive. So the first one is being an authentic person. Someone who is so authentic, and I know that that's a little bit of a buzzword. Maybe we don't like that word as much, but someone that's just so genuine in who they are. A copycat is never attractive, right? Someone that is out there trying to act and be like everyone else just shows a lot of that insecurity. Someone that has this agenda where they're analyzing everything that you do, and they're always just nitpicky and everything like that, that is not attractive, right? But someone that is so genuine and so authentic to themselves is instantly very attractive to us. We like people that are confident, that stand strong, that are on fire with their own life and their own spirit, and they're connected with who they are. That is a very, very attractive trait. Insecurity, anything like that, you can fake it for a while, but once you're in a deep relationship, you guys know, in a marriage, then those things come out and you understand who the person really, really is. So how can you become a little more authentic to you? This is some of the work that we like to do. We like to examine, what can I do to be more genuine to me? Am I trying to, copy someone else? Am I trying to just act like other people? Do those things that they do they actually make me happy? What makes me happy? What are my unique talents? And am I living those talents, or am I just going through the motions, right? So just being really authentic to yourself and just being that really genuine person. That's something that's very, very attractive. That's real, that's raw, that's honest. It's intriguing to others. If you see someone that's like, oh, wow, they're so unique, they are so just owning who they are, that is intriguing. I want to know that person. I want to get to know that person. Yeah, Leah said, I was so overweight for 28 years. I was married, I lost 130 pounds and still got divorced. Yeah. My new husband is very skinny and great balding, but I love him and married him not for his heart, not looks. He lives in fear. He tells me I will leave him for a younger, better looking man. Not that shall I treat him like a king, and vice versa. Awesome, Leah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And so, yeah, that's a perfect example that, the physicality, you can do everything to try to look perfect physically, and it can still not be it's not what we're talking about as far as genuine connection and genuine attractiveness and attraction in a relationship. So we need to really make sure we have that foundation there, because you could be physically beautiful and still have a horrible relationship because you're not treating them right, they're not treating you right, right? Or you could, have the opposite, where you have this genuine heart and that draws you together. And then the next pillar is passionate. We love people that are passionate about what they do, and they exude just kind of their own light. They're on fire about life. Think about some of the happiest people you know. They're almost always passionate about something. And there's a difference between like being really passionate and then on the other side of it, someone that's really needy or really clingy or looking to everyone else to kind of fill them up, give them the distraction, give them the entertainment, right? And make their lives. Those are the kind of people that are, they're kind of like going about drifting with the wind, with the waves. They don't really have any direction. They're not steering their lives in any way. And then those kind of drifters, they're just simply, that's not as attractive as someone who knows exactly where they want to go and they're on fire about whatever it is. And that just is a really attractive quality. There's something very intriguing and mysterious. You're like, wow, that person, they know what they want and they're out there living it. And that is very, very fun. And so if you can increase what you're passionate about in your life, that will make you more attractive. It will make you more attractive to your partner and also to just people in general. They're going to want to know what you're doing, what you're about. Why are you here? Think about like volunteers. They're so on fire with what they're doing. They're passionate, and that passion just shines through. It gives them this beautiful internal light that other people want to kind of cling to and learn more about. And then the third thing is interested. Most people that are very attractive are interested in other people. And the reason, because they're interested in other people, that makes them interesting. If you think about like the people that you probably love the most or are the happiest, the people that you just are like, oh, that person, they have it. Like, they're almost always talking about other people. They're not talking about themselves. So kind of having this outward reflection rather than like, it's all about me and making myself the center of attention or anything like that. That's the opposite of attractive, right? So it's kind of like shining the light on others makes you shine more in a good way, but it's not really about that because you're thinking more about others. So when you're interested more in others, when you're interested more in your spouse is going to be more interested in you. When you're only thinking about you and only thinking about your needs and everything that you want to get out of the relationship, everything that they're doing wrong, that is going to cause some major issues in the level of attraction in your relationship. And so what you want to do is start moving toward, being interested in them. What are they interested in? And meeting their needs. What are their needs? How can you better meet their needs? And when you start to show more interest and intrigue in what they're doing, they're going to then be more interested with you. Now, in our challenge last week, we did a communication challenge in the group. And one of them was to communicate like with your spouse's needs to kind of meet their needs. And so I took the challenge myself. I do all the challenges that I gave you guys because that's how we do it. I live what I talk, right? I'm not just here preaching this stuff without doing it myself. And so I decided that my challenge that day was to go play video games with my husband. I do not play video games. It's not something I'm interested in, but I decided I would take up this challenge and I would show him that I'm interested in what he's interested in. And I actually had a blast. We had so much fun and he was able to open up. We had some really great conversations later in the night and just felt like really, really connected. That attraction level was super, super high because I showed interest in him. So I would encourage you guys to do the same thing. Now, the next pillar of attractiveness is kind. People that are kind are so much more attractive than people that are mean. That's just the bottom line. We do not like to be around people that are going to put us down, that are looking for us to make a mistake, that make us anxious, and that are pointing out all of our weaknesses. So in our relationships and in life in general, we always want to be the person that is going to be kind and have that warm heart. Someone that is kind and full of love and compassion and forgiveness is going to be so much more attractive. If your partner feels that you have kindness toward them, they will be so much more willing to want to open up to you and to build a better relationship with you. So being kind is really, really important. And that will make you more attractive as you are being more kind. And then the fifth pillar is happy. It is a scientific fact that happy people are more attractive. You could have identical twins And if one is gloomy and depressed and mean and scowling and like, their body language and just say they're both like really, really beautiful people, but the one is just super mean, depressed, that kind of energy, and the other one is smiling and happy and enthusiastic to be there, which one's going to be more attractive? You guys know the answer. It's always going to be the happier person. There is scientific evidence as well that even just a smile, when someone smiles at you, you immediately think that they are 9 to 10 times more attractive than if they're not smiling. So someone that's happy with life. We want to be around happy people. And so, how can you become more happy? That's a big question. But anything we can do to become more happy. Sorry, I just had like a spider or something crawl on my leg. But just genuinely happy, that is looking for the good in life, that is looking for the good in other people. That is who we want to be. And that will make us more attractive. No one wants to come home to a grumpy, depressed, gloomy, angry spouse. And if you have, problems going on in your relationships, that's what this group is about. I'm not saying that you just sweep this all under the rug and say, oh, life's great, everything's sunshine and rainbows, lollipops, da 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 da. That's not it. It's choosing to see the good in the situations, no matter what happens, and choosing to see the good in other people, choosing to see the good in yourself. That's what I'm talking about. That is how you be genuinely happy. And it doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time, right? That wouldn't be real. We want to be genuine and authentic, and life has ebb and flow. We have our ups and downs. But someone that is generally an optimistic, happy person is always going to be more attractive. So those are my 5 pillars. Quick recap here. Authentic, true to yourself, a real person, not a fake. Someone that's passionate, on fire about life, doing things that are making a difference, that light you up. There is something about that is just like, I want to know what you're doing. That's so intriguing. That's so mysterious. I love it. And someone that is interested in others. When you show interest first in others, then they will show interest in you. 4th, kind. Choosing to be kind rather than choosing to be mean is always going to get you better results. And happy. It's going to make you happier. It's going to make other people happier, and they're going to want to be around you, because that happiness, that internal light, it will shine to others. It will, just allow you to just be that much more attractive. So, not a lot of you guys on today, but that's okay. I love you and I appreciate you, and I hope that this is helpful to you. And if you're struggling with any of these things, just PM me. Go ahead and we'll get a chat going about it. But I appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great day and thrive on. All right, we'll talk to you soon.